Good afternoon! Greetings from St. Augustine, Florida. I am at this cute little artist's Airbnb sitting in the back patio with like thousands of lizards. It's bad. About a month ago, one of my closest friends had her debut MMA fight. We had about 13 people from our gym on that card, and we barely had a chance to sit down the whole night. I had a drink in hand, a first date that I barely talked to. Sometimes I, too, question my own life choices. I've been waiting to talk on this because I wanted it to portray exactly how much heart and work went into LB's training, and also wanted to make sure that I give the right message. To say that I've had the privilege to meet and train with incredible individuals is an understatement, and that night was a giant conglomerate of MMA for me. One by one, they showed up with heart, went into the cage, gave a phenomenal performance, listened to our incredibly large TCB family cheer them on fanatically, and some won their bouts, and some were submitted or lost by decision. I always find it heartbreaking to watch the ones that hang their heads, knowing that their first thought is that they think they let their team down. I love joking and hanging out with this group in the gym. They're young, they're funny, they're welcoming to new people, they work extremely hard, they watch their diet, they have so much drive that it just tears me up knowing that that's what's in their head when their fist remains down. They sneak a glance at the crowd, and it crushes me because I know for a fact that literally that could not be farther from the truth for every person that came out and watched their fight. Fighters in the MMA world get a bad rap a lot of the time. I was actually one of those judgmental ones a few years ago, likening the whole thing to like cockfighting. I used to hate all sports, and I would always quip about how Romans killed Christians in the name of games. When anyone asked me to watch football, still can't stand it, sorry not sorry. But the bald-faced truth is that while MMA is a raw sport, it is an honest one. It is a matched-up physically via weight fight where there are a few rules, but the gist is, don't elbow your partner in the back of the head and don't poke the opponent in the eyes. Two people get to test their prowess of fighting arts in pretty much the safest way possible-ish. They are usually in peak shape, have trained countless hours, watch literally everything that they put into their body. They have blood tested, they have been matched, and they still get judged by those lacking understanding. They want to test their skill in a manner as old as humans have been around to see if they can just hold up. I have seen more passion, sportsmanship, manners, and easygoing good-naturedness in MMA than any other sport. I am including fans and fighters alike. Sure, there is like the occasional dud in the audience screaming, "Kick him in the starfish," who then proceeds to spill beer all over himself. Or the once-in-a-while bad-tempered toddler fighter who stomps his foot because he lost. But for the most part, all I have witnessed is constant hugging of opposing fighters, offering congratulations on the win, everyone building each other up, fans talking to other gyms, sharing tips and stats, and coaches cheering on other gyms' fighters when it's not their guys in the ring. I see trainers with actual love for their people, assessing what went wrong and running through their head what to work on Monday, while simultaneously getting the next fighter up and going for their first round. I have been to a fight night where it got mentioned in conversation that I also trained jiu-jitsu at Toss Academy. Though Sean Pretat, the owner, was not there that night, he was immediately talked highly of because of his willingness to jump in at the last minute and sideline for this particular person's fight a long time ago when his own coach was unable to be there at the last minute. He had never met that person, he just saw a need and he filled it. This is a sport where people step up, knowing that others will do the same. I cannot tell you how many times I've come across a stranger who speaks of how my trainer Aaron with TCB has helped them through an extremely dark time in their life through MMA. That's the thing that I find amazing about this culture that gets such a bad rap. It's a warrior sport, and it's an honorable one. You can sit there in that room and know that about 80% of the people there watching and fighting have trained in hugs and punches, and everyone there is chill and fun and having a great time. There's alcohol and high intensity, and never once have I seen things get out of hand. What I have seen is if someone gets a touch wild, they are quickly shut down by their own team, not wanting to represent badly. This isn't the Coliseum, there are no lions, there's no spurs on the legs, it's not blood sport. Sometimes it can be a bit of a bloodbath, but no one is cheering when someone actually gets hurt. There are no rabid fans foaming at the mouth when a fighter gets bloody. They are cheering for a well-placed hit, kick, takedown, clinch, or submission. Losing is part of growth. There have been a couple of our boys that, though I am happy they have won a couple of fights, knew for the betterment of their growth that it is necessary to taste a bit of that bitter pill in order to remain humble. I'm good with that. Hell, I am a mom who's raising my kiddos to know that failure is only failure when you don't learn. Is there disappointment? Absolutely. My sweet friend LB was upset, but like a shirt that I saw at a Fit to Fight seminar a while back, it said on the back over and over and over, "I have lost many times, I have lost many times." But then at the very end it says, "But I have never been defeated." About a year ago, I interviewed LB, and she told me her story. I will post that link. We bonded over it. So here's the best part. She may have lost that bout, but she was already a winner with what she had overcome, and she certainly was not defeated. She was just being refined. There is no defeat unless you quit moving forward. There is no defeat unless you quit moving forward. 85 to 90% of the population will not put in the work to even get there physically and mentally in the first place. And if I'm being honest with myself, I think that percentage is actually low. She stepped into that cage. She has overcome any fear of incoming pain or loss by letting that door swing shut behind her. She is the top just by being there, even at an amateur level. I heard a BJJ brown belt woman at a gym I trained at recently say that the only white belts forever are the ones who quit. They already won because they stayed in it. They haven't stopped. They already won because there is literally the most diverse group of people that have come to cheer them on. I'm not kidding when I speak of a crowd of both fighters and fans that range the career choices of students, moms, dads, doctor, pastor, felon, server, biker, lawyer, etc. Preppy cowboy, redneck, kids, fraternity, sport, glam, emo, you name it, and they are there conversing with one another over their fighter, and it's a blast. I was teaching a women's self-defense class on Sunday when a younger woman spoke of how she was incredibly uncomfortable being there. She said she was happy she came, but it was hard. I told her about our TCB boys. I told her of Heart, and then I told her that she was winning by just taking that first step. Even though it was so far out of her comfort zone, she still stepped into her metaphorical cage. She won. Yesterday, I was at Jacksonville Muay Thai. They are a very traditional gym, and my shins are bruised and my muscles are sore, and I couldn't be more happy. I get to be pushed and learn by Giles and by those around me. I am also encouraged constantly in the same manner by all sorts of mushy group texts from my TCB group back home. They are sometimes annoyingly upbeat, but I love them all for it because they are my team, and they are winners because they keep coming back. I get to encourage as well by teaching, by being dramatic and annoying to two of my kiddos while on this road trip, being away from the others as we run this. I get messages from sweet women who have taken my class. I am just so humbled. It is truly a blessing to be a part of this culture that is inclusive, loving, humbling, and just plain epic. Keep moving forward. Know that while you may have lost many times, keep going and you will never be defeated. Much love to you all. Woot woot.